beauties and cuties, welcome to Lounging with Lovely. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Lovely. First and foremost, I want to tell all of you thank you. Thank you so much for all the likes, the comments, and the subscriptions to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. Secondly, I want to know, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you surviving during this quarantine? Do you have everything you need? Have anybody found some toilet paper? Because it's scarce right about now. So I'm just checking on you, just see how you're doing. Talk to me. Let me know how you're doing in your world. Are you surviving? Are you ready to go back outside like most of us are? Yes, I do understand and I feel your pain. Okay, so as you saw on the title, this video will be about insecurities. I have quite a few, and so I will sit here and I will talk to you about my own personal insecurities, as well as giving you parts of my story as we go along with this. So the cliffhanger from the last video was on February 5th, 1979, a queen was born. That'll be me. She didn't know it then, but every day she's realizing it more and more, that I am loved, I am appreciated, and not just me, but you are too. Embrace the king or queen that you are, because you are. So now let's go ahead and have this chat about insecurities. Whoo! Okay. Behind this smile is a little girl who was teased and bullied. Behind this smile is a young lady who was looking for love in all the wrong places. Behind this smile is a woman who was so busy loving others that she forgot to love herself. Yeah, that's a lot wrapped up in one person, huh? But that all describes me to the T. So I wear masks daily to cover up the pain that I endure and that I have endured. It's not easy to continue to smile, to always be positive, and to always try to be the good in everybody's life. I'm here to tell you, it's not. But I do it because I enjoy seeing everyone else smile and laugh. Yes, I'm a people pleaser. And it stems from a long, long life of always trying to please everyone. So my insecurity started as a young child. I grew up in low-income housing. Well, where I'm from, it was called the projects. We were on welfare, and we didn't have a whole lot. We didn't. But I had a lot of ambition to be better and to live a better lifestyle than what I grew up in. So just a side note, remember that you are not a product of your environment, meaning that you are not where you came from. But don't ever forget where you came from, because I'm always remember. And I have no shame in telling people that I grew up in the projects. Yeah, I grew up on welfare. Yeah, I grew up, didn't have much. Yeah, I grew up around a whole lot of negative stuff. But that doesn't mean I have to be what I grew up around. So that's just a side note. I've always been pretty smart, and education has always been a very important factor in my family. Like, it's a very, very big thing in my family. And my mom was my biggest cheerleader, because she was one smart lady. Let me tell you, she watched Jeopardy every day, and she could answer probably about 80% of the board. So yeah, I would say she was pretty smart. And my mom never understood why I had the insecurities that I did. So she never had to deal with the issues that I had to deal with. See, I have an issue with being a very hairy woman, and I was a very hairy child. I was teased because my mom said that black women didn't shave, and so because of that, I was not allowed to shave. So I had to respect my mom. I was under her roof, so I had to respect what she said. So I went all life, childhood, teenage, early adulthood, where I didn't shave because my mom said Didn't have to. Thanks to my dad, I am a very hairy individual. So yes, that was a very hard thing to deal with because I was teased, I was bullied, I was talked about, I was belittled, I was a little bit of everything. And so um my mom didn't understand that because she didn't have any hair on her arms. Like, she didn't understand what I had to endure. So I was just like, okay. So yes, I got in many fights. I learned how to joan. By the time I got to high school, I had come up with a great defense mechanism that helped me stop people from being the butt of everybody else's jokes. And so by then, by the time I got to adulthood, I really didn't care. And I wasn't as shameful of it because I had to learn to like me for who I was. It was hard, but I'm still dealing with that. Sometimes I may wear long sleeve shirts. Sometimes I may um, not want to wear shorts. But I shave now that I am an adult. But it's still a hard thing to deal with. Now, I do have a daughter now who I have also given this lovely gene to. But I'm not like my mom. And the kids nowadays are worse than the kids were when I was younger. So I help her make sure she stays shaved and make sure everything is taken care of so that she doesn't have to endure the sense of insecurities and being bullied and everything else as I was. So that's a plus. Um, it's funny. My Twitter friend asked, "How ugly was you in middle school?" Or in middle school is what he said. And this insecurity number 2. I responded, I was ugly all through middle school, high school, and adulthood. And he couldn't believe it. He was like, "What?" I was never the best looking girl in class. I weighed about 80, no, about 98 pounds when I graduated high school. So I wasn't shapely at all. I had nothing. I was just about as big as a pole. I could probably hide behind a light pole because I was just that small. Um, I always felt that I was like the little ugly friend, like the third wheel friend that just, none of the boys that were my age really were attracted to me or thought I was cute. So I always just hung with the other girls that was always cute, and I can, hang out with them. And it wasn't even to get no play, but it was just to hang out with the pretty girls, just so it can help me feel like, hey, you cute too, even if it's just a little bit. I've always had that insecurity. I've never thought that I was the most beautifulest person, but I will say that later in life I learned that personality, ooh, baby. Oh, let me tell you something. Personality will get you a long way. And so I may not have been the cutest girl in the class, but my personality always wins. Mine don't know a stranger. Like, I talk to any and everybody. I don't know a stranger. I don't care who you are, what you look like. I'm gonna talk to you. And that's just my personality. And like when people meet me in person, I'm like that person that that's like, you my new best friend. We finna be sister friends. I mean something, but I'm gonna keep you around. And that's just me because that's my personality. And so that has helped me win in the life of my insecurities of not feeling like I was a dime piece as society wants to tell you or rate you. I've always just felt like, hey, I was an average chick, but being an average chick, I got a bomb personality and it shows all the time. It never stops. It's always on the go. So, as a young woman, I was looking for love in all the wrong places. I found that older men always found me more attractive, and they accepted me with my hairiness and everything. They didn't complain about it. They didn't talk about me. They didn't belittle me. They accepted me. So that was always what I usually would go to be in a relationship with. Most of the guys I dated were mostly older than me, and so later in life I started learning that yeah, I have daddy issues, and my daddy was a pop-out dad, so he kind of came in and came out when he did and when he didn't. So yeah, I didn't have my daddy around, so that's probably why I chose going with older guys, as well as the fact that they accepted me for me. So yeah, that kind of went with that all in one. I can admit I still have things I'm working on. This is a journey. I'm still in the progress. So, hey, don't judge me and I won't judge you. Um, by the time I made it to adulthood, I was lost. I had no guidance. I just wanted to be loved. And I felt that if I gave and if I poured my love into others, then they would give me the love that I've been giving them in return. Yeah, that's not the best way to do things. I'm 41 now and I'm just not realizing this, but that's not the best way to do things. I'm starting to learn that before you can love anybody else the way you want to be loved, you have to learn to love yourself. And it's sad it took me all this time to start to realize this and recognize this, but hey, this is life, and this is kind of how it goes. So till this day, I still deal with a lot of insecurities. Those are just a couple, but I still deal with a lot of insecurities that I have. I work every day on healing myself, and I'm learning that I am perfectly imperfect. I listen to music a lot. Music has gotten me through a lot of situations in life. And when you get a chance, look up Johnny Gill's song. It's called Perfect. Every time I hear this song, especially when I'm in a slump, and it's a lot of times that I do go down into a slump, I listen to this song because it helps me to remember that I'm not perfect, but I'm perfect for me. And, like I said, when you start to learn to love yourself, the insecurities will slowly start to fade. Like I said, I'm still dealing with them, but they're slowly going away with time. They probably will. I am a work in progress, and I will not allow society's definition of beauty to define me, because we all are beautiful. We are. I'm beautiful. You beautiful. And outside beauty doesn't matter as much as the beauty that you have within, So the inside beauty is what comes out, and it makes you a beautiful person outside. It's my theory. I really hope that this can help someone else who's dealing with their own insecurities. Just remember, we got this, and we will overcome this. It's just going to take some time. And you first have to love you before you can love anyone else. So the cliffhanger for this video is, with life there's death, but are you ready for what comes next? Are you ready? I don't know if I am, but that's that cliffhanger. Thank you all for watching. Remember to be the best you. You can love yourself, and you can do anything you put your mind to. Just remember that. Be the best you can be. Love you no matter what. And you can do anything you put your mind to. Okay? Have a good night. See you later. Bye. Mwah.